I think my wife is cheating on me with someone from work, but she claims that he's gay.
Oh, I read that as...
Why are you gay?
A bit of context here. I, Adam, 27 male, have been living with my girlfriend, Stacy, 24 female, for 3 years.
Say it.
Does your mom have it going on?
There we go.
We moved into my apartment after dating for 1 year, and we have a pretty good relationship despite a few ups and downs. By the way, this comes from Ezio367 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, we had placed some boundaries about my female friends and her male friends, and we always respected them. I work as a sales manager at a small company. Stacy works as a customer service agent at a real estate company. Recently, she became friends with her coworker, David, the gay friend, and has been hanging out with him after work quite often. She said since he's gay, he's an exception to our boundaries. Are the boundaries you can't hang out with any male friend?
What are these boundaries?
Probably like overly hanging out with.
Yeah. With you, okay. At first, I didn't care. One day when we were on a dinner date, we saw David at the same restaurant. She called out his name and asked him to join us. I was uncomfortable with the person I didn't know joining our dinner date, but I didn't want to embarrass her, so I kept quiet. If you were on a dinner date and you saw
me,
you saw Riley, what would you do?
I'd say hi and then sit back down.
That's
it depends
what I would do.
if you like set out for it to be a date.
Yeah,
then you say hi and you go back to your own
But
thing.
what if I'm all alone and look lonely?
But if you're like in
and
line,
he's kind of like pushing his food on his plate.
Hey guys, I'm just here
sitting all alone by
yeah.
myself.
But if you're like at a taco stand and you're sitting down, then they can join.
Yeah, no, if it's explicitly a date, I would not invite someone to join.
Noted.
I would say hi.
Now I'll know when to hang out with you and your girlfriend.
Honestly, Riley, you could probably join our date.
And mine. Honestly, Riley, you are the exception. Are you gay?
However, here's the thing. Nothing about his attitude or talking style felt like he was gay. Okay, well, don't stereotype.
Yo, what up, Toots? How you doing, huh?
Have you seen that episode of New Girl where Jess is like to Nick, he's like, "You're gay.
Nick, you're gay."
Huh?
And the guy friend's like, "You don't really seem gay." And Nick is like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Wow.
How disrespectful.
Yeah. He was complimenting her dress, talking about her hair, making remarks about her weight loss, and how she looked even more beautiful. Now, I'm not stereotyping. A little bit like you're stereotyping. But it genuinely felt like he was flirting heavily, and it was making me very uncomfortable. The worst part was Stacy saw my reaction, but didn't care and continued to talk with him. It felt like those two were on a date, and I was the third wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. After the date, I told Stacy how I felt, and she laughed it off, saying, "Oh, baby, come on, he's gay. He wasn't flirting with me. Don't be so jealous."
Come on.
She told me there's nothing to worry about. Now, I trust her, but here's the thing. Most guys can detect another guy's intention easily. My gut feeling was telling me David wasn't gay, and he was trying to sleep with Stacy.
Here's a question. Do you think she's assuming he's gay?
Yeah, has she talked to him about it?
That's the real question, because it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I feel like maybe dude's gaydar is better, but maybe it's where I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I think dude's straighdar is pretty accurate.
Off.
The straighdar of a dude seems accurate.
Maybe he's bi and he wants both of them.
Plot twist.
Plot twist. Sorry, Pistachio said he's just one of them girls. His remarks, his eyes, all were very flirtatious. Despite my protests, Stacy continued to hang out with David and text with him.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
Sorry to jump in again. If he were gay,
Yeah.
he'd probably be doing that stuff to him. Not saying that like all gay dudes flirt with like dudes, but like if you're meeting a couple, you'd probably flirt with the guy lightly.
I feel like if he was trying to make people comfortable and he's friends with OP's girlfriend already, there is that kind of rapport that you can sometimes have where it's like, "Oh my God, you look so good." Like, and very overly complimentary.
Yeah, but to
the girlfriend.
person you already
to the
but
person
I could
you already
also
know.
see like meeting like if I were meeting a couple,
Yeah.
I would probably compliment the dude a lot if I knew the girl. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
are
know
you
if I
trying to
fully
say, dude?
agree.
I'm trying to get
But
it
that's
all
okay. It's
straightened
okay.
out here. You know what? I'll get it together.
Think about what you've done and then come back.
Okay. I'll go to my corner. Think about what you've done.
A few days later, when Stacy was in the shower, I saw a text on her phone. My inner voice won, and I opened the conversation. Red flag. Do we think? I think that's a red flag. To summarize, there was no sign of her cheating, but the texts from David were again very flirtatious, and Stacy was encouraging him. I feel like I really need to be there. Like I really
it's
need,
so
it's
contextual.
It's so contextual because if I was there, I think I would definitely know, but I cannot because he might be putting so much into like so much thought into it.
I'm leaning towards trusting OP right now.
Yeah, I think we can
with no other information. That's my hunch.
We gotta do it like that. Duchess Kasana says, unless she knows he's not gay and use that as a way to flirt with the dude in front of OP without repercussions, which would be crazy. Radish says, friends hype friends up. They don't intentionally hit on their friends' partners.
I think Anthony's trying to say he got it. That, yes.
Emily says, I think Anthony's saying he'd go out of his way to make sure the dude didn't think he was hitting on the girl.
Correct.
I see what you're saying.
I'd be like, yo, like, dude, you're so cool. You're awesome. Like, you're really cool. I'm not interested in your girlfriend or whatever.
Got you. Okay, that makes so much more sense. You can come out of your corner.
Be like, dang, those are some sick shoes, bro.
Man, I love that.
Dude, man. Dude, bro. Guy. Yeah, we're all dudes.
Lakers.
Yeah. But also, I'm not interested in your girl.
Red Sox? Yeah, your girlfriend's really hot. What?
Miss Javers says, are they flirtatious or is it just compliments the girls would give each other? That's what I'm saying.
That's another thing.
Me and the girls are like, oh my God, I love you. You're the love of my life. You're so freaking hot.
But it's weird when I do that.
Yeah.
I confronted her about the text and she screamed at me for touching her phone. Even though she always goes through mine and I never complain. Red flags on both ends.
Both ends.
Red flags on both ends. Double flag.
Throw it.
Red flags on both sides of the court, the field. A few weeks went by and we became a bit distant. Our intimacy had dropped to 1 to 2 times a week and we barely talked or went out. One weekend, Stacy was busy getting ready to go shopping with her friends and another text from David arrived saying, meet you there in 30 minutes. My doubt took over me and I started following her. Dude, if you don't trust your girl this much, I think the relationship is over.
But I am interested.
I want to know. We arrived at a mall and met only David, no one else. I started following them on foot as opposed to driving.
I got on a scooter.
Like Paul Blart mall copped it.
Yeah.
They were shopping normally for a while and I started to feel bad for not believing her and following her. I felt like an insecure boyfriend. You are, but maybe, right? We'll see. But it all went away when they entered the undergarments section. She chose a couple of bras and panties. I hate when men say panties. I hate it.
What are we supposed to say?
I don't think I've ever said that word in my life.
Underwear. It makes me, it icks me out. It icks me out.
Panties.
I hate that. Say underwear. Say underwear.
Women's underwear.
Why?
That's a good ring.
And they both approached the changing area. She entered the changing room and he stood at the front of it. She was trying on the underwear and showing him how they looked. Wait, she's just doing it out in the open?
How does he see this and not be seen is my question.
Yeah.
Be like a stealth.
He dressed up.
Yeah.
The girl I loved was in her underwear, showing her body to another guy and asking him how they looked on her. At that moment, I started shaking and wanted to confront both of them, but I kept my cool and didn't want to cause a scene in a public area. Wait, I'm just confused that she's just trying on underwear in front of everyone?
No, like in the changing room area.
Yeah,
and
but
there's probably like
she came out.
Maybe. There's probably a bunch of stalls.
Well, for him to see.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how did he get in there? Because they don't let that happen.
No, but okay, this is how I'm thinking of it. There's a bunch of changing rooms, and then there's like the hallway that people can walk through to get to them. He's probably here or something, like peeking around the corner or whatever. She comes out, dude's here. She's like showing off the new set. I'm wondering why she's just doing it out in the open.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't understand how they let the people at the store are like, yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah. I don't get it.
And how is this dude seeing them and they're not seeing him?
Yeah. What? The logistics don't add up.
If somebody could make up a map, a floor plan that might be possible so we can.
Because otherwise we just can't. Come on. When Stacy arrived later, I confronted her about it and she started to scream at me, calling me insecure, lame, petty, and pathetic, and saying I never loved her and such. I didn't scream back and simply said, I cannot accept another guy looking at you almost naked. It doesn't matter if he's gay. That is never acceptable behavior. It doesn't matter how close you are to him. You cannot show your half-naked body to him while you are in a relationship with me. She started screaming more, saying vile things, and insulting me. I asked her to leave my apartment. She refused and kept screaming. I told her she needed to pack her things and leave within 48 hours or I would call the cops, and I left the apartment for the time being. Either way, whoever is in the right, like whoever's telling the truth here, this is huge red flags.
Like every aspect of this story. First of all, I think it doesn't matter if he's gay.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
I think it does.
Like
I think it does matter.
If she was doing that with like her girlfriends, whatever,
It
people
would be-
who are not attracted to her at all.
Yeah, I think.
And this guy who, if he is gay, is not attracted to her at all, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I think it's really just up to her comfortability.
I think it's his deal if he can't handle.
Yeah.
If he is gay.
Yeah,
it's
it
his
really
deal.
it is dependent on whether or not.
Then it's his
yeah.
deal if he can't like deal with that, you know.
OP,
I don't know.
if you really want to know he's gay,
Make
well,
moves.
figure it out, dude.
Make moves.
But Emily says everyone sucks here. I agree. This
Yeah.
is super. Yeah,
Everyone kind of
toxic.
sucks. And like the leave
relationship.
my house or I'll call the cops.
Ooh.
And she's
Where did
screaming
that
at
come
him.
from?
This
He's
is for the best,
following her.
honestly. They should break up. This should be done with. This is not healthy.
Ooh, would it be okay with a lesbian and not a gay guy?
Also, I think it would be. It really depends on the friendship. I don't know. Like personally, I have a lot of queer friends,
True.
and I would
think
be
he's
okay.
threatened by
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
He's threatened by this dude. Because I'm sure he wouldn't feel the same way if it was a lesbian girl watching
yeah,
her.
he sees that as a guy.
I think he sees it as like a guy,
a guy
threat.
thing, which is
Um,
weird. Everyone's being weird here. Kimberly finds this, ew, she consented, no different than being seen in swimwear. I think that everyone sucks here. My phone is now blowing up with her texts and calls. She's saying I should stop acting like a child and stop being insecure. She never once said sorry for her behavior or wanted to talk things out. I am not replying to any of these and kept the phone on silent. I am currently staying with a friend now, and I am not planning to go back to her. Am I the a-hole? And there is a little update. There's two updates. Two updates.
We
Two
scrolling.
summarized
We
updates.
scrolling.
Ooh, wait, did I lose it?
Some tea.
Where did the update go?
I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about my girlfriend. Well, I don't know. If she went
If I
lingerie
knew
shopping.
this person was gay, I would not care
You wouldn't
at
care?
all.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you have to.
But that's what we have to get
trust
to the
your
bottom
part-
of. We have. I have a feeling that something's going to come out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We can.
Because
Make it
her
find out.
reactions to just looking at the
Move that
phone.
bus.
Yeah. And she
Crazy.
says, why does she suck? She had a gay friend and
Yeah.
is treating him like a girlfriend, and her boyfriend is treating her body like his to decide who he
Exactly.
sees
That's
and doesn't
the-
see in a non-sexual way.
Mhm.
I think the only reason why she kind of sucked in this was that she was screaming at him,
Mhm.
which I just don't think is great. But I think he's being super toxic. But let's read
find
this update.
out.
Yeah. Updates. A lot of people are calling me an incel and homophobic. It was never my intent to stereotype or disrespect homosexual people. Things that raised concern with me are that he always sends flirtatious texts to her. It's either flirting or compliments or directly saying things like, if I wasn't into men, I would definitely steal you from him, or I would be head over heels for you, or texts about our love life, and never once did I see a text of him talking about his love life. And showing your half-naked body in underwear is not something that usually happens in a platonic friendship. I disagree. with
Real
that.
I wouldn't
quick.
know, but
We got a map.
I have to trust.
I don't know. It is,
Ah.
yeah. It is dependent from people, but I will say, like, in a lot of my friendships with my like female friends, it is way more common. So
I mean, who else would you do it in front of?
Who else are you supposed to go in front of?
There's the map. There's OP,
Yeah.
and then girl best friend and gay best friend and girlfriend.
Oh, this is the map
The
for
floor.
the sitting rooms.
Nah, yeah.
Duchess Kasana says, I think she also sucks for lying about who she was going shopping with. That's also, it just sounds like not a healthy relationship. And it's not like I was the only one who placed boundaries. The same boundaries were placed by her as well, which I always respected. Yet somehow I am the one to blame for asking her to respect mine. Also, it's not like I didn't try to talk to her. The only time she talked about this matter normally was after our dinner date. After that, it was always screaming or insults or calling me insecure. She never even tried to talk, just screamed at me, and the insults continued on text after I left. And there is an update.
Here we go.
Another one.
Roll into it.
I want to get back into this episode, but I got something better to say. John, I've been known to be a rambunctious, silly, stupid little boy.
The most rambunctious, silliest boy.
And I was at not even a concert, I was at a movie premiere.
Yeah.
And in the movie premiere, there was like a rap section.
Yeah.
I wanted to get,
that always happens.
yeah, as happens.
Typical.
And I was excited.
Of course.
And so I got up on my chair, started doing a little jig, and then security made eye contact with me and was rushing over towards me, and I don't want to get in trouble, so I stepped off my chair, but the chair was like 6 inches higher than normal chairs.
Yeah.
And so like my brain did the calculation of putting my foot on the ground, but then there was 6 inches of just air, of space, and my foot just rolled. The foot, like, you know how your foot's usually like this?
Yeah.
It went like that.
Oh.
And then
Dear God.
now I'm in no free feet pics.
There it is.
I'm in an ankle brace, limping around. My foot is black and blue. It looks
I've
like
seen
it battled with Mike Tyson. I need to get it taken care of.
There's only one thing I think that you can do that will accomplish that.
And that's ZocDoc.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you.
And instantly book appointments with them online.
And y'all, all of these docs have verified reviews from actual real patients.
We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists.
And you can filter the ones that take your insurance.
And treat basically any condition you're searching for.
Wow. The typical wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is just between 24 and 72 hours.
Sometimes even in the same day.
Y'all, I use ZocDoc. We use ZocDoc. You should use ZocDoc too.
Go to ZocDoc.com/OKOP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today.
That is ZocDoc.com/OKOP, ZocDoc.com/OKOP. Let's get back to the episode.
No, I do not have the right or authority to allow anyone to do anything. Some of you are mentioning bikinis. I really, really hope you understand the difference between wearing a bikini in a public place and privately showing off your underwear to a specific person in a changing room. Big update 3. At first, I want to thank everyone for your support and kind words. First, to answer a couple of the comments. Spending quality time with her was never an issue in the 4 years of our relationship. I make decent money, and my dad also paid for college, so I had zero debt. We always travel once a year, gone on road trips every couple of months. Weekend dates were very common. Watching her favorite shows and movies, I loved spending time with her, and I always prefer talking about things. I always tried my best to communicate with her how she feels or what she wants, and I never got any indication from her that she may be unsatisfied. It's been almost 1.5 days since I posted, and a lot has happened since then. She contacted her friend group ranting about me and tried to talk them into forcing me and guilting me into taking her back. Why would you want to? This needs to end. This relationship is over. But her friends were decent people. One of her friends, Layla, contacted me and asked me to meet them at a bar to hear my side of the story. I told them what had happened, how it started, and what happened at the mall. They were shocked because Stacy told them a completely different story and purposely left out the part where she screamed at me every time I tried to talk to her about David, and she also left out the underwear trial part. She told them she was shopping with David, and I followed them and threw a tantrum when she returned home. But since they met me before they were doubtful and wanted to know my side of the story. A couple of things also came to light after talking with them. Apparently, Stacy never introduced David to the friend group. Also, she rarely hung out with them in the last couple of weeks. So basically, I suspect she was spending time with David. After the conversation with her friends, her texts calmed. And you don't need to calm down because you can join us live on YouTube every weekday. Just tap our profile. Her friends confronted her about the half story and refused to help her. She just called me once and asked me to return home and talk with her in an angry voice. I refused and told her she lost her chance of talking things out. I simply don't want to continue this relationship and she should move out as soon as possible. We had a joint bank account that we used to put small amounts of money into to spend during our trips. It had around a total of $6,000 left, $2,000 of her money and $4,000 of mine. I told her she could empty that account and use that to find another place to live, and then hung up my phone. I haven't received any text from her after that. The money is still there, and I didn't get any notification of withdrawal yet. I just hope she understands and simply leaves, but if anything happens, I will update here. And that is the end of the story. We don't get to know.
That was a long story.
Long tail with
not
no
a lot
resolve.
Of resolve.
Yeah. Sophia Cologne says, I believe OP personally. Kimberly Fine says, I hate that OP now sounds correct and his suspicions. But I think I think because we don't know, I think they're both still kind of toxic.
They both kind of suck.
Yeah.
Because, like, you shouldn't, like, follow somebody.
If you don't trust your partner.
But B, it was tough information to see in his point of view. It's, like, not groovy.
No, I think there were a lot of stuff on both sides. Kay says, this just feels very toxic and unhappy. The boundaries are being used as means to control each other's lives and friends. It's not okay, and they at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jonica says she may not want to bring him around because they may be able to tell if he's not gay. Perhaps.
Yes.
Perhaps.
The more eyeballs you have on the situation,
Yeah.
the more it can expose.
Yeah.
I just
mean,
want
it
to be
depends-
there. I want to.
Oh, I
see
just
what
want
this
to
guy is
know. I
up
want to
to.
be in the room where it happened.
Room where it happened. The room where it happened.
The room where it happened. Oh my God. The Aaron Burr. That Aaron Burr song is.
Aaron Burr, sir.
No. The room where it happened.
Okay, when he's singing.
When
it.
he sings it, his voice is.
Yeah. Is that Leslie Odom?
Yeah.
Junior.
What a voice.
What a voice.
What a voice.
Him in those nationwide
Ho,
commercials.
ho.
Oh, he's really outdone
Is
himself.
he singing in those?
Nationwide. Yeah.
Oh,
On your side.
beautiful. Beautiful
Yeah,
voice.
it's good stuff.
Sophia Cologne says, I'm not saying what he did was right, but she just would shut him down each time he communicated. Josephine Medola Berquist says, but he literally said in their text that he's only into guys.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. We have to trust it.
We got to trust
all we
it.
can
We
do.
got to trust what we know. We got to trust the facts.
There were some people in the chat mentioning a Jennifer Coolidge
Jennifer
impression
Coolidge.
potential.
Wow.
There was a hint.
I can only do Owen
It's
Wilson.
like, yeah, but it's the same because you're a girl.
That's true. You look like the 4th of July.
That's good.
Thank you.
And I think people were mentioning what's his name? Sylvester Stallone
Oh, I don't.
impression for
I don't
me.
even know how he sounds.
For me, like, hey, Adrian.
Adrian.
A lot of people have been asking me about, how you stay healthy for those Rambo movies. I tell them, there's two things. Steroids and hard work.
I think that was great.
Thanks.
I don't know. I have to listen to
I'm
him
just
again.
killing time.
Just killing time. Okay, says at Sophia, the first time he brought it up, he said she communicated nicely to him about it. It was only after he continued on and didn't believe her that she started shutting him down. That's why I think there was a lot going on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, she talked to him about it, said, hey, he's not gay, or he's gay. Don't worry. Like, it's okay. This is just my friendship. I think there was a lot of toxicity on both sides, if I'm being honest with you.
Both sides.
I want a hot dog real bad.
Hot dog. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thanks.
Did you see White
Legally
Lotus?
Blonde? No, but I know she's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I need to, what is it? My mother's ashes.
My mother's ashes. I haven't even seen it. Is that how she sounds?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Belle Conkling says, Sophia, you can do Jennifer Coolidge. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not really good. I honestly don't think I'm very good at impressions. I think I'm better with accents. I could do.
I find that when doing an accent, if you think of a person, it makes the accent much more consistent. Because you'd be like, oh, this person,
So true.
Anywho.
But I think I must. Are we swapping, Riley? What's this
I also appreciate the comments on my shirt.
What's a little SpongeBob
Appreciate
shirt?
that little SpongeBob shirt.
Little SpongeBob. Yeah.
Oh my! And then there was one. What happened to you, sire? What up? What up?
All right, we have a very special person here with us today. It is.
Let's go! Chat! off the base.
We're back. Oh my God. Dude, Anthony, how are you doing, bro?
Good. It's been a while.
It's been a while. You look great.
Thank you.
Beard looks a little fuller.
It's a little bit fuller.
Like you grown in a little bit?
I didn't
I
do
like it.
Thank you. I didn't do anything to it.
That's like
that's
like the vibe.
sometimes what it takes.
That's the vibe. You know what I
Yours is
mean?
looking full as well.
Thank you. Also completely unshaved,
Yep.
like everything not taken care of.
Yep.
You gotta love it. How have you been the past few weeks?
Pretty good. Just got back from a home trip.
Home trip. Oh yeah, trip home.
Trip home.
Yeah. Nice.
It was nice. Saw the fam back in Boston.
Hell yeah.
Went up to Maine.
East Coast.
Yep. Some good East Coast vibes.
Nice.
It was nice. A lot of lake swimming.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Hell yeah. Love that.
How was Paris?
Paris was great. Have you been kind of filled in on our?
I have not filled in.
Yeah,
but
I'll give you the TLDR.
The TLDR.
So basically, like the whole goal was, hey, we're gonna go to Paris. We're gonna like find these like cool. We'll find the Eiffel Tower. We'll find like I don't know people like rowing or running or on the bikes. You know, we'll run up to Usain Bolt and get his take on the story.
Obviously,
Yeah.
that'd be so easy.
And then we got there and we were like, wow, this is horrendously hard.
Mayhem.
Yeah, and Riley freaking rocked it, and we did end up getting a totally unplugged solar powered satellite interneted live stream in the wild. Got kicked out by the police once, came back, held our ground. We made it.
No speak French.
No speak French.
We don't. No sprechen Sie French.
Yeah. But it was good. We had a blast. Went crazy. Clubbed till 6 a.m. You know, all that good stuff.
Wild.
It was wild.
Party. Yeah.
And then I had my 4th anniversary with my girlfriend.
Oh!
Let's go. It's actually today. Like the
Oh!
actual anniversary is today. So happy anniversary to us.
Yep. Guess what that
Happy
means, chat?
anniversary to
What
ya.
does John get for completing
my God.
4 years of a relationship? Chat,
Oh.
what does he get? A
Oh.
hall pass.
No.
He
There
gets
is no
one
hall
singular
pass.
hall pass.
No need for a hall pass. Yeah.
It's Sam's golden rules, not John's golden
No,
rules.
it's John and Sam's. It's always been John and
put that
Sam's.
on me. Only thing we share is we started the show. Okay, he started the golden rules. He's the founder of the
No,
golden rules. Let me
I'm
tell
pretty
you.
sure it's John and Sam's.
He's like freaking Thomas Jefferson. He wrote the Declaration of how to cheat. He wrote that. He did that. I didn't put my John Hancock on that.
Oh, wow.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
he put
was
his
good.
on it.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I was
Riley.
looking for it. I didn't
Do
go
you want
there.
us to get
I
demonetized?
didn't go
Do you
for
want-
it.
I don't give
Thank
a
you.
because this is members
Anthony,
only.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Stop!
Whoa!
Stop the presses!
Somebody come get him.
Oh, but my last little tidbit until we get to this next story. Many of you have known that I have had knee issues in the past. The infamous pee incident of December 2023, where I dislocated my knee while urinating.
I'm curious.
I have a knee that dislocates easily.
Uh-huh.
I was urinating with what I thought was a regular stream. You know, everything seemed to be going
Everything was
according to
a
plan.
conventional urination.
I will say the one unconventional piece, and people might not like this. Riley might not like this. But I was actually leaving to go to the airport from like Christmas vacation.
We all know how Riley doesn't like airports.
Yep. Riley hates airports and Christmas. We know that. I was on our team sync, muted, of course.
Uh-huh.
You know, phone in pocket,
Mm-hmm.
camera off, all of that. So I was like heavily multitasking and like very much rushing, and it just flipped out, dislocated, popped back in, but it just does that. So that's the problem.
Was
That's
it a
the new
slippery
norm.
floor?
That's the crux of the issue. Say what?
Was it a slippery floor? Or
No,
just
I
like
was
firmly
standing,
planted?
Kneecap.
just standing,
Firmly grasp it.
firmly grasped it, and
dang.
so now my knee was already doing really bad, and basically from like halfway through the trip, do you remember, Riley, when my knee started getting bad in Paris? Or yeah, you remember. It started getting bad like halfway through Paris. We fly to our anniversary spot, and it's an island, and our Airbnb is up 15 flights of stairs with no elevator.
15 flights?
15 flights, yeah. So maybe more. I didn't count, but
Is that even legal?
I mean, it's an island. I don't care.
It's not the U.S.
It's like, yeah, it's
Gotcha.
like a old Spanish island.
And that's where you had the anniversary there, or you guys like met there?
We had the anniversary.
Okay, I
there.
thought like that's your spot
Yeah.
that you met. I
Oh
was
no,
like,
that'd
dang,
be
okay,
sick. No,
exotic.
no, yeah. So yeah, I basically like tortured my knee and then I had like 5-hour flight, 11-hour flight. And then by the time I got here, my knee was a cantaloupe. So I've just been recovering. Went to the doctor yesterday. It's looking pretty good. So might get surgery. We'll see.
Okay.
That's
We'll
it.
send some healing vibes in the chat.
Yeah, guys.
Healing
Chat.
vibes.
Chat. I missed you. I missed you, chat.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's like, why are we swearing?
Guess
Ask
what, John?
Riley.
Oh,
That's true.
that was the only swear we've had. And plus, we can't add time whenever we swear on here. So.
True.
But John,
Yes, sir.
would you like to do us the greatest honor
Dude.
and bequeath your lips to our ear holes with a glorious Reddit encountering with plot lines and confrontations?
Oh, God.
That was pretty good.
Hey, come
That
on.
was pretty
Give it
good.
up.
Thank you.
Producer of the year.
Straight up the dome.
There you
dude.
go.
All right, where are we reading? My babysitter is getting too close with my husband. I think something's going on. Parenting tips. That's it. Well, I'm still trying to process this in my mind while typing this out. My husband and I have been together for 6 years and married for 4. We have 2 children, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Both of us work full-time. I'm a realtor and husband owns his own business. We've had a number of different nannies in the past. Sometimes our parents end up watching the kids.
Why did that need that inflection?
Hey, all I'm saying is, the apple don't fall far from the tree. Mother-in-law, she's doing good. She has her yoga. She's drinking her green juices. Who knows what what the husband's up to?
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows?
Anthony,
Okay.
pop quiz. How many hall passes does OP have?
It's 6 years, 1.5.
And 2 kids.
Technically
Is
one.
there an,
Technically one?
is that another
No.
factor?
There can't be a half.
Yeah, it's a step function.
No. He gets 3 because there's 2 kids and they've been
Oh.
together for 4.
Sorry, I forgot about the kids.
Is there another variable with the kids?
Yeah, for
Yeah, what is it? One.
each kid is a hall pass.
That's right.
So it's 4 hall passes.
No, 3.
It said 2 kids and a 2-year-old, no?
They
We have
have
2
2
children.
kids and a 2-year-old. That's
2 children, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old. Both children.
Oh.
that's 2. They just named the ages.
But you know what else?
Oh.
Okay, sorry.
This came from Direct Caterpillar 77 on r/OK Stop it. Sending your stories there. But about 8 months ago, my husband told me that one of his friend's daughters, we'll call her Ella, 20 female, was looking for a part-time job during college. What kind of job? Putting it out there. We live in a small college town, so our commute won't be far. We tried out one night, and it went pretty smooth. OP needs to... I feel there's too much innuendo here.
I think
There's a
she's
lot.
getting to the meat.
That's true.
I think she's about to. Ooh. Hey, I didn't. I did it.
Whoa. We're not seeing nothing yet. Hold on. This is a family-friendly show. So, she's always been nice to me, and the kids love her, Ella, the babysitter. My suspicion started last month when I came home early to find my husband had been home. Ella was also at the house babysitting. I asked my husband why he didn't send her home if he was also home. His response was, she's just trying to make a little more money, and the kids were having fun. Were the kids the only ones having fun? Then 2 weeks ago, I drove by my husband's office on the way to a meeting, and her car was parked there at his office.
Oh.
I asked my husband later about what Ella was doing at the office, and he said that she probably stopped by to see her dad. Now, when I come home, Ella is always dressed up more and has her makeup done and heels on.
No. Heels?
Well,
What are
is
heels?
she trying to get a job? Is that the deal, though?
What kind of job are you getting that requires
I see you,
heels?
Kimberly Fine. I see you, Kimberly Fine, in the chat. I won't say it. I won't say it. You said it.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Okay, keep going. Continue.
All right. Well, 2 days ago, I found strands of blonde hair in the back seat of my husband's truck, and they weren't mine.
No, she said, I have blonde hair.
I have blonde hair too, as the next line indicates, but this was closer to Ella's shade. Also, I don't think my husband would do anything in the back seat since he's 6'6" and 240 pounds. Bro is a linebacker.
That's a big dude.
A wall.
That's a big dude.
Last night, I found the opportunity to check on my husband's phone while he was with the kids.
See, I don't like this.
That's the big topic.
That's never step one.
Yeah.
What, looking through the phone?
You got to go to the phone. I have never, ever, ever, ever had that instinct. And I don't know
100%.
who does.
The rule we have with that is if your partner's phone has a text message, then it's like probable cause. Like, you know how like a police officer looks into a house and it's like, oh, there's cocaine. Let me go investigate that.
Yeah, but you need a warrant.
Yeah, but
You
that
need a
is the warrant.
And
It's
the
like,
warrant is a conversation of, hey, have you been chatting with this person? And if they
Conversation
say,
is the move. Yeah.
nah, can I see? And they're like, no. And you're like, can I really see? They're like, yeah. Okay, continue.
The text is like if you're just like sitting there and it's like, hey baby, water emoji, excited for this tonight, peach, peach, peach.
See, no sign of anything.
No, yeah, you're right.
No
What are we
nothing.
talking about? Trust your partner.
Water park.
Yeah, hydrate.
Hydrate.
good fruits.
It's Brittany Beach. I see you. Keep
Ooh.
going.
Will do. I didn't find any romantic text between them, but I could definitely tell that text messages had been deleted. If you read the conversation, it didn't make sense because it was obviously missing the middle parts. I talked to my friend this morning and she pointed out that my husband has a type, blonde women, like OP. Ella falls perfectly into that category. Should I confront him right now or should I wait to find something more concrete? We have an update, but first I want to talk with Anthony, guys. Let's put a little end cap on this. So Anthony, you just said, you know, the first thing should be a conversation.
Yes.
Which is exactly what it should be.
Yes.
OP, I think, took the steps out of order. It's like,
Mhm.
talk to the
Like
husband
stock.
and ask
Yeah.
to see like, oh, hey, because like I've always been, I don't know, have you or anyone you've known ever been the type where it's like, oh, I just like, I want to keep my privacy or whatever. For me, I'm like, I'm an open book, like go for it, you know,
Yeah.
because I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, and that's how everybody should be.
Yeah.
And I think if this person doesn't have anything to hide, then asking them about it isn't a problem.
Yes.
So why wouldn't you ask them about it? Unless you're
I
worried
agree.
that they'll be mad that you don't trust them. And then it's like, okay, well, if you're mad that they don't trust you and there's something going on, then you shouldn't be mad that they don't Anyway.
Now here's the ultimate question. Can you, like in real court, if the evidence is
Innocent
obtained
until-
in a bad manner, can it be thrown out?
Oh.
Can you let it go?
Unfortunately, it can't be.
It can't,
in
right?
a relationship.
Yes.
It's like, yeah.
The court of relationship
Yeah,
cannot
it's a very
abide by these
different-
rules. But we have an update. The nanny is currently in the house, right?
Uh-huh.
I tracked my husband using Find My iPhone, which I want to talk with you about that in a second.
Oh.
And he's headed home. He's also headed home on the 30-minute drive. They both think I'll be working until 7 p.m. today. I'm going to walk into the house 15 minutes after my husband gets home unannounced. Not sure what the plan is if I catch them. I unfortunately don't have access to his phone logs since his phone plan is through his business. Opie's trying to snoop through everything.
Yeah.
Like let me go through his full data history.
I understand like wanting to have more to go off of for this conversation that happens.
It's better to have
It's better to have like reasonable like doubt or whatever, but this I am enthralled.
Yes.
I am curious. So let's see.
We have cameras on the outside of our house. We have a baby monitor near the kid's bed. I'm not ready to fire her unless I get solid evidence of my husband cheating.
Uh-huh.
I need to know if my husband is having any sort of romantic relationship with her first. We have another update, but I wanted to take another quick pit stop. Is it okay if you've shared your locations? Is it okay to use that as a way to see if there's anything fishy going on?
The active nature of it is a little interesting. It's definitely, you don't trust them.
Yeah.
You know, if you're actively like trying to snoop and time it up and like have this big entrance of like, hey, I gotcha, then it's like you don't trust them.
A little,
But if it's like, oh, like I wonder what they're up to. Would it be convenient to meet up for lunch? I wonder where they are. And then it's like, okay, obviously not. So I won't text them. But
so if it's being used nefariously, maybe that's following into like the a-hole or the wrong territory.
It's just a lack of trust.
Yeah. I feel like if anything, like I'm definitely like never go through the phone. And like honestly, I'm kind of like what you said earlier. I want to go through it, if anything, with them.
Uh-huh.
But that's like you have to reach such a far point in my like for me personally to like do that. But checking the location of like, oh hey, that is I think it's more of a gray area, but it's a lot closer, I think, to the side of like potentially being okay than the
I agree.
Yeah, like
It's just information that we both know each other have.
and we've already
If you know I have your location and I know you have my location,
Yes.
then it's like that's something we both share with
it's
each
an
other.
agreement.
It's
that you
already
make,
kind of out in the
right?
open, but when you're like
yeah.
being all snoopy with it,
Yeah.
interesting. But let's see what happens.
Let's see. Update number 2. I wasn't able to get the concrete evidence I was looking for, but some more circumstantial evidence. I tracked my husband through Find My iPhone. He stopped on his way home at the grocery store for 10 minutes. This, I think, is where it's entering
this
into
is like,
exactly what you just talked about. Yeah. I decided to park and wait on a side street. That way I could see when my husband got home, dude. Yeah, sure. We got him, boys.
Yeah.
10-2, send him in.
We got him.
Husband got home at 5:30 p.m. Ella was scheduled to work until 6 p.m. Ergo, 30 minutes of the two of them together without Big Mama in the house. Without Mama OP. We have a long gravel driveway that leads up to her house. I decided to park near the barn. Nice. So I wouldn't be heard pulling up to the house. I walked in the front door and found Ella feeding my 4-year-old. She was also preparing dinner in the kitchen. Today, she had on a tight top, a skirt, and platform heels. I asked if she knew where my husband was. She replied he was upstairs taking a shower.
How do you know?
I didn't even think about that. She then immediately went over to the living room to pick up her phone and sent a text message to someone. Also in the living room were a fresh bouquet of flowers. I asked her about the flowers, and she said a guy that she's been seeing gave them to her today. She said she didn't want to leave them in the car, so she brought them inside. I asked her about the guy she was seeing. She said he was from school and wasn't sure if it was going anywhere. I went upstairs to see if my husband left his phone in the bedroom. He left his phone on the dresser. Sure enough, the newest text message from Ella read, "Your wife is home." Gut check. Gut check. Poll and Anthony question. Do we think the husband's cheating right now? Yes or no?
I think even if it's just emotional, if there's nothing really like
Right.
the outfits, the flowers, like your wife is home, like full stop. Like why would you text him that?
That to me, because like I think the showering could have possibly, maybe it's like an emotional affair and the shower is a coincidence. But the fact that she said, it's like, oh, is there something up there? You know, is there some trash we need to get, out? Who knows?
And it's like, oh, you're like, maybe he was showering after or before or something. Like,
Exactly.
maybe he was getting ready or like, I don't know. But yeah, that's it.
We don't know. Except we know.
We know.
I tried to look up the deleted messages on his phone, but they had been permanently deleted. I decided to wait in our bedroom for my husband to come out of the shower. He comes out and is surprised to see me in the bedroom. I told him that my 6:30 showing got canceled, and I tried to initiate some spicy sleep to see how he would react. He said he didn't feel comfortable doing it with Ella in the house.
This is like a movie. This is
Right?
kind of like a movie vibe.
She's done like a full
movie
stakeout.
plot. Yeah, this is a total movie plot.
Dude. The feds are about to bust in the door like, get on the ground! Take the flowers as evidence! At this point, Ella was upstairs in my younger son's room, which shares a wall with our room. Ella leaves the house at 6 p.m. with the flowers. After dinner, my husband mentioned to me about Ella buying a new car for Christmas. And his reasoning was that her car was old and not safe for our kids to ride in. So he's suggesting they buy her a new car.
Dang.
I told him that I would think about it. I'm thinking about firing her on Monday without telling my husband and see how they both react.
Like what?
She keeps doing these weird things.
Like you keep trying to test him. And
Yeah.
like if you think he's doing some shady stuff, just tell him you think he's
Talk.
doing some shady stuff.
Talk, don't test.
Like all these crazy, like, oh, I'll get him to fall into this trap.
Yeah.
Like even if he's in the wrong, like, yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
Crazy.
it's giving evil scientists
Yeah.
plotting the protagonist's downfall. I am still trying to process everything that's been going on. I'm still hoping all of this is just me overthinking. I really love my husband, and I can't stand the thought of our beautiful family splitting up. Thanks for all the advice. And we do have a final update.
Real quick,
Yes.
Poll says 100% cheating.
100%.
It's the text for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Goes over to the phone. Your wife is home. No other reason to send that text.
It's the, what is it?
What other context could there
the
be to
smoking
send
gun.
that text?
Truly. Like, why?
Yes, Riley.
Even I would say, like, if it was more like, oh, hey, OP just came home or something like that, like,
Dinner in 5.
Dinner
if
in
you're
5.
all ready for it, you know, like
that could have been,
yeah.
but your wife is home is like, yo, watch out. Kimberly Fine says, nah, he's trying to wash away the fish market.
Yeah.
Mhm. The fish market. Listen, there was a lot of vendors out there that day.
Kimberly.
And, Kimberly, you know, Kimberly. That's all. It's just Kimberly. Just Kimberly. But guys, the final in this trilogy, update number 3, is upon us.
Here we go.
Yesterday morning, I met up with Ella and told her that we won't be needing her services anymore due to my little sister being available to watch the kids, which is true. She quietly said that she understood and said to let her know if I changed my mind. By the way, you should never change your mind about watching us live every weekday at 3 p.m.
I hear that.
Just do it. Tap
I
it.
hear that. Why
Real
would
quick.
you ever? Yeah.
Does the sister know that you've done this?
No shot.
Yeah,
no
because
shot. No
everything.
shot. She doesn't include anybody in these schemes.
Yeah, right, yeah.
For Reddit and Reddit only.
Keep everyone in
Yeah.
the dark. I won't tell anyone except thousands of these strangers. And wait, Riley, were you saying she's not telling her sister why? Or
Oh no! Did she even tell the sister that she's babysitting her kid?
Oh, yeah, maybe. She hasn't said it to us.
Oh, like
so.
has she even asked the
Yeah,
sister?
she has
Yeah,
even
I
asked.
think
So she's
so.
like,
I
"Oh, the
think-
sister is gonna do it,"
Yeah.
and the sister doesn't even know.
Either way, same
Maybe.
deal.
Yeah. So husband called me 5 minutes later, sounding very upset about Ella being fired. I think Ella told him, but he claimed her dad told him that we fired her. But he claimed her dad told him that we fired her. Right. So Ella's dad was like, yo, my daughter's fired. Like, what's the deal? I told him that was my final decision and there was no changing it. He came home 20 minutes later and asked me why I didn't talk to him about firing her.
Reasonable question.
Reasonable question. And I told him everything that I've noticed between them, from the text to the clothing attire that she wears. He denied everything and said it was all in my head. And I told him if you want this marriage not to end in a divorce, he had to cut all contact with Ella. After 1 hour of arguing, he finally agreed to not contact her anymore. I honestly don't have the mental energy to deal with a divorce, split kids, and date again. I don't want to be the single mom, always busy and unhappy. So I told him to never bring her up again. I don't know 100% if they had an affair, but I think it's better for my health not to find out. I think I'm going to quit my job, raise my kids, and work on my marriage. I'm not sure if this was all because I was working a lot of hours and have been distant from my husband. We got a little bit to unpack here.
Yeah, it's sort of a ends versus the means argument.
Totally.
You know, it's like you could have had the same exact ends with much different means. You could have come up to me like, hey, like there's this really attractive babysitter around the house and it seems like the energy's a little bit different.
Yes.
I don't love that.
Yeah.
So maybe we like either hire a new one or like we could talk about like that. But
100%.
and that gets the same exact solution. It's like
Result.
this person is no longer here. We're married. Like that's the end goal,
Yeah.
right?
And I feel like so much of it too is like, notice the way he reacts. Like he was like denying everything. It seems, just reading the subtext, it seems like he was like super defensive.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if he's coming off like super defensive, then that's all. If she had had that conversation before she had done anything, then, you know, so let me ask you this. Do you think it seems that we believe that the husband cheated, right? We're in agreement on that.
Whether physically or emotionally.
Physically or emotionally, that a-hole move right there.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Is OP the a-hole for the way she went about trying to figure this out?
I think a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to have the person who got the short end of the stick be the a-hole, but
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think
But it happens.
It's still true.
Yeah, I think she's a little bit the a-hole. Obviously, maybe not obviously, but I think he is more because of the, cheating, emotional or physical. But But it's like you don't that breaks the trust in a relationship too. Like when you go and it's like, okay, the next time it's like, oh, if I do something like completely innocent, am I going to be like totally investigated or whatever? So wow.
Just that one text really like it's hard to deny.
It was the smoking text.
The smoking text.
Honestly.
Because we don't know.
We don't.
There's no other.
But we know.
We know. We know.
We know. And we know that's the end of the story.
And we know that's the end of the story.
But is it the end of the episode?
No.
We got another one? Big Anthony. You want to close this out, partner?
What?
You want to close this out, partner?
Sure.
Let's freaking do it.
My husband keeps buying a girl presents, but he accused me of cheating.
What does this sound like?
Dang.
Starts with a P and ends with a orjection.
What did we use in elementary school to like put things on the board?
Ooh.
Projection.
The other night, I fell asleep early at 6:30 p.m. holding my husband. It was some of the best sleep I've had in a while.
Oh.
I woke up at about 10:30 p.m. to him fast asleep next to me. His phone was next to me. I don't know why, but I felt the need to go through his phone. Never the start of a trustworthy story. Never this. I'm sorry, OP, but the first. I don't know why, but I felt the need to go through his phone. We recently spent 2 months apart, and he swore he never cheated on me. By the way, this comes from Tuna Lunatic on our OK Storytime subreddit. So, I believe him. I still believe him. There was nothing in the phone particularly damning, except a text thread with one of his drinking buddies, Emily. When I asked him if he had hung out with her while we were apart, he said no. They made plans but never met up. He told me she asked him to buy her a pair of sunglasses, and he decided that he didn't want to be around somebody who was constantly asking him to buy her things. In the text thread, he asked her to meet up with him so she could pick the sunglasses she liked. She dropped an address after that text. Then she sent a video of him laughing at the bar with some guy in between them. Okay. Nothing yet.
What are they calling it these days? Sunglasses.
It's so weird that like
What? Who does that?
who does that?
This is. I'm
Like, hey,
reading
can
it. And
you
I'm
just-
like, is this actually?
that
Yeah, hey, can we meet up so you can buy me some sunglasses? Are you kidding me?
so weird.
That's so.
like
I've
buy
never.
your own.
Yeah, first of all, and it's not like, oh, we're both out and we're on this walk and there's a sunglasses shop. You want to
Yeah.
buy me something? Anyway, okay. I was upset. Obviously, he lied to me. I got really depressed and I decided I would move past it. Unfortunately, my body refused to let me move on, and it was painfully obvious. I had asked him about her specifically because I'd always been wary of their relationship. I met him when he was out with her on his birthday, and he hardly paid attention to me. It honestly turned me off. That's always tough. That's a red flag for sure. We started talking more, and he explained he could never be with a girl like her. He's never slept with her. She tried, but he's always turned her down. She regularly goes through guys she met on Tinder, and on his birthday, she met with 3 guys just while I was there. Like 3 Tinder?
Yeah,
Tinder dates, yeah.
She's got a speed date.
I'm
Who's the one?
I'm always amazed at people's like Tinder abilities, their lifestyle with Tinder. Like they got just in the bank, they got some people they can hit up.
There was
which is
one point where
crazy to me.
Riley, you could technically argue he dated 8 people at once.
Dang!
You could
God,
argue.
Stop.
Yeah. But anyways, we're not going to argue that.
We're not gonna argue that. Why would we do that? Why
Okay,
would we do
I
that?
invited 8 girls to a potluck once.
That's
That's the argument.
a crazy thing to do.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
That's like a Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, Drake and Josh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and then you're like going back and forth in the party, making sure they don't see each other. Anyway.
Yeah, they saw each other.
Tough. My husband could tell something was up and asked me. I said I was just feeling insecure. I was feeling depressed. We got home and I worked on my schoolwork, then passed out early. When we woke up this morning, we cuddled as usual, and then I remembered. I just told him I loved him, and he started asking me about what was wrong. Again, what was wrong? I could tell he knew. I knew. So I started asking questions about our time apart. He swore that he only worked during that time and went out a couple of times. That's all it takes. I asked her if he would ever cheat on me, and he said no, he didn't cheat. He only drank. Weird. I asked how he would know if he blacked out those nights. He said that was true, but he knows he didn't cheat. I asked again about Emily. I asked if he had drank with her. He said no, but he ran into her one of those nights at a bar she frequents. I just kind of looked at him and repeated what he said. He confirmed, and I said, but that's not what happened, is it? You met up with her? You specifically went up to meet with her. He said, okay, so you looked at my phone. I did meet up with her. I just didn't tell you because I knew you couldn't handle it. Classic.
Oh.
That's the through line of today. I didn't want to tell you because you were incapable of handling the truth.
Terminator. Can't handle the truth.
Listen to me now. I'm
trying to save
you. Get to the chopper.
With your phone.
No. We started laughing. I looked at him and said, you did buy her those sunglasses, didn't you? He tried to deny it, and I told him just to admit it. I saw the text where he said he wanted her to get the sunglasses she wanted. He finally fessed up, and I just started laughing at him, laughing at the whole situation. It seems so juvenile.
Lock him up.
Lock him? I asked him to block her. He did. He didn't have the number saved, so I asked him to go onto the text thread. He had already deleted it. He says our relationship is more important than her by a long run. The only thing they had in common was that they drank the same. What does that even mean? They drank a lot?
They have they both
drank
just
the
take,
same. Yeah,
we just take 10 shots in a row.
I love whiskey.
And
Nobody else.
Nobody else drinks like me except her. Like, what? That's a weird thing to share. And he doesn't even drink anymore. We stopped drinking because that is the root of our problems. Respect. I respect that.
Cool.
I forgave him, told him I'd never bring it up again, and I almost instantly felt better. Now he's freaking out about thinking I'm going to revenge cheat on him. I'm sorry, but the thought of sleeping with anyone else makes me sick to my stomach. Interesting. By the way, you can join us live on YouTube every week at 3 p.m.
That doesn't make me sick to my stomach. I said it.
You said it does?
It doesn't.
Doesn't. Sleeping with somebody else?
It doesn't. The fact that we're live every week at 3 p.m.
Yeah, this does not. This makes me, I've never felt better.
Makes my stomach feel great.
Now knowing that information, damn, I don't need no Pepto.
There we go.
Okay. What do we think? I'm just checking in with the people. I'm just doing one of those check-ins.
We'll check in.
Being anxious that somebody's gonna revenge cheat. Weird thing.
I'd only feel anxious if I actually did cheat.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Another projection.
Projection.
Yeah. I think that OP is like very at the minimum. Maybe it's like an emotional affair and like hiding his tampering with evidence. You know.
Yeah, deleting it. Oh, you're so much more important. That's why I deleted our whole conversation.
I cheated for you.
Yeah.
Shout out Sophia Callan. But yeah, bro is just
not helping himself.
He's not helping himself at all.
Let's see what happens. I can't even imagine it. I had opportunities when we were apart, but never acted on them. All I did was miss him when we did our hard reset, setting the stage.
Hard.
He's so paranoid now. He says if I cheat on him, he will just leave, but I have no intention of doing this. I'm too focused on my schooling, saving money, and improving my credit score.
Babe, my credit score is a 600. I cannot cheat right now.
It's risen 75 points. Hard to do. Hard to do. Respect.
That's true.
In the past couple months. I also intend to join the military soon. Wow. There is no room for any negativity in my life.
Gotta get that credit up.
Yeah. How can I make sure he knows I love him and I won't take revenge? I believe he didn't cheat. Anytime Emily comes up in a conversation, he just talks about how she's tried to get with him and he turns her down because he's disgusted by her. And she usually has the newest Tinder stranger with her. Okay. Well, that was a somewhat unfulfilling.
Yeah.
We basically got that he almost kind of cheated.
Maybe.
Flipped it on her and was
Mhm.
like, man, I'll die if you cheat on me. And so now she has to prove to him that she's not going to cheat.
First question, do you think it's wise to leave a relationship at the first point where he was like, buying her the sunglasses and that kind of thing? Do you think that's breakup territory?
It's definitely conversation territory.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a normal thing to do? Like, how
Yeah.
do you feel about this sunglasses incident? And if he's like, yeah, totally normal.
I buy
do that with
sunglasses for women all the
everybody,
time. They just come up and
time."
ask me.
But he seems super shady about it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously denied it. So that means he thinks it's a certain type of action.
He thinks it's bad.
He thinks it's bad.
Yes.
All these
that's a
little
great
things.
point.
Like, if they think it's, and it's like, you can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
It's like, who? It's such a weird thing to do, to text somebody about a pair of sunglasses that you want.
Crazy.
I wouldn't even do that. I don't know.
I wouldn't do that
Like
to
to
you.
a friend.
I wouldn't do. Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my God, you're somewhere. Go buy me.
and the argument is
let's
that they're
meet
just
up.
friends.
Yeah, like let's go meet up so we can buy this pair of sunglasses.
Here's the
together.
location I want you to meet you at.
Weird.
What?
Weird.
And but honestly, the major smoking gun for me is the fact that he's like now like projecting so hard. It's like, oh my gosh, if shit that I'm like, I don't want to be in that relationship.
That is a strategy I use in like board games. Like
you cheat on
in
him.
like Secret Hitler or those types of games.
Right.
What's the other one where you like everybody has an identity and you're like trying to prove
Like
who's
murder
bad.
mystery or
you're trying to prove who's on the right side and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I can't believe you. You go so
Yeah.
far and you guilt trip people and you're like, why would you ever do that? To like sort of prove that you're
Gaslight Central.
Gaslight City.
Let's go.
Dang. It's just a weird. I don't like this guy.
Especially at the end, the going so hard on like, if you ever cheat, I'll leave. I'm like,
I feel so bad for her that she has to like even think about proving that.
because
Like
why?
you should never have to prove that
Exactly.
in a relationship. If
That
you feel-
it's just going to be literal constant stress if they keep going for their entire relationship. And it's like, is it worth it at that point? The trust is like the trust is gone.
it's gone.
Without trust, what do you have?
What do you have? That's the foundation. Love.
Exactly.
Is
that it?
That's it.
That's all we got.
That's all we.
Hit us
That's
with
all
the
she
sign off.
wrote. Literally.
Guys, it's been great seeing you. I'm glad I could join on this episode, and I'll see you very soon. If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
And we love you too.
And we love you.
Okay.
And we.